Pounds of hay at 13,000 feet in elevation, and they're smiling. I know I wouldn't be.
I was tired coming down the trail. They were going up the trail.
Let's have another photo from Gene's excursion. Look at that.
Yeah.
That's maybe my favorite photo.
Oh, mine too as well. We went to the highest village, passed through the highest village, around 13,000 feet in India, and stone homes, no glass on the windows, all shutters because in the winter they moved down to a lower village, but in the winter all those homes are completely covered with snow, and the glass would break, of course. But they were so excited. They don't see Caucasians very much, or people of other color, and so they wanted to dress nice. They wanted to look nice. They wanted to bring their children out and get a picture. It meant a lot to them that we recognize them, not just by a picture, but to say, you're important to us. And these people were thoughtful and kind and inviting, and come on in, and we have nothing, but whatever we have, it's yours.
Do they live exclusively off the land? There's no economy or trade or anything like that? That's just where they live?
Yeah, Dan, that's a super question, and you are right on target with that. Any one of us with the boots we were wearing at $100 or so probably were worth more than they make in an annual income.
Wow.
I mean, they have little things of plots of land. They have some sheep and some goats out there, and some cows for milk and stuff. But their economy is easily less than $100 a year for these people.
And yet it doesn't bother them at all.
They are happy, happy, happy.
I guess you can't miss what you have never had.
That's exactly right. And kindness is the norm there.
Yeah.
Yeah, they didn't go out of their way to be kind. It was natural for them. And to invite us in and to smile. They all came to their doors, and gosh, so good to see you, and broken English, of course. But anyway, it was just it was heartwarming, Dan.
More photos from Gene's trip. Now this one I thought was fascinating. That's not your camp, but that's near your camp.
That's correct. That's another there. But that is exactly the views we had every morning, Dan. We wake up, you do the zipper on your tent, and you look out there and you go, oh my gosh, yesterday's views was spectacular. Today's even better, And so we broke camp. We were camping for 9 consecutive days on rocks, Dan, I have to tell you. Our little sleeping pads were not as comfortable as we thought they might be. And so when I got home and had a tough time getting back to sleep, I went outside and got rocks and put them under my mattress.
What did you eat for 9 days?
Yeah, thank you. A lot of rice, of course,
okay.
A lot of breads, a lot of grains, and vegetables too. So the meals were really good and quite adequate for what we were doing. The issue around these kinds of climbs, beyond the altitude and the trekking, is the issue around water, and making sure you boil all your water, and making sure you purify it, filter it after that, because the last thing you want is to have some issue around your stomach and you're trying to get up and down those mountains.
A lot of parasites, I suppose.
Oh boy, yeah, you want to be real careful. In fact, one of our Sherpas, who was from the area, was drinking out of a stream, and we all thought, I don't know, there are goats and sheep and cows up here. Right. And within a day or two, he was down. He had to go back down the mountain. He couldn't do it.
Sorry to hear about that. Next question. Now that's a great photo.
Yeah,
there you are with the banner again.
Yeah, there we are, and everybody wanted to join in, and there's Sherpas and porters there, and people are just having a wonderful time. And we rolled out the banner, and they all said, we want to be part of this picture too. So they all rolled in here too. And, I mean, we've got people from Nepal, people from India there, people from California there. They're all over the U.S. as well as that area. Everybody wanted to know about kindness. Yeah. And
a lot of these people, the Sherpas and the guides that you had with them, they're getting their picture taken. They're never going to see this picture. I suppose they don't have email up there or anything like that.
Yeah. Well, Dan, super question. We did send to some of them. Did have access to that. Several of those Sherpas have been on. One of them had been on Mount Everest 8 times. Wow. And on his hat, he had a little thing called 8K. And we were asking him about that. He said 8 times on Mount Everest. Strong, Dan? My God.
Was it easy? My guess that you talked about you had to sleep on rocks,
yeah.
But you're physically exerting yourself all day. So my guess is you were bone tired each night and had no problem falling asleep.
No problem. Yeah. We got dark around 8:30, 9 o'clock over there, given where it's located, and boy, we were all lights out, and it was. We slept well, got up well. Frost most every morning. We had hail, we had snow, most weather conditions. But in general, the background you see is we had good weather.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I don't know how many more photos. Okay, yeah, this is amazing. They actually have a Dogwise pet shop in the Himalayas. This is
Also at 403 South Mission.
we wanted to give them a little love because as you drive all over the Wenatchee Valley, you're going to see that little banner out there.
Yes.
It seems to pop up at different locations.
We can't get them out fast enough. I get more requests for banners than I can fulfill, so I'm trying to get more of those out and about. But we get lots of that, and both East Wenatchee, our Eastmont School District, and the Wenatchee School District have been so generous and say, our fences are your fences. You know, you just put them right up there, and we're all supportive of that. Intiat, Chelan, I could go on and on.
And Kashmir, I think we have there you go.
Oh, Kashmir. Oh, look
There
at
are the
this.
kids.
What a great picture and what a great thing. And you probably heard that 1,370 happy letters were produced in 2022-23. And those letters went to the oncology department, to senior centers, to people who are often without support or help. And regularly we get people who say, this letter changed, this little happy letter changed my life. It's on my wall here in my assisted living center.
Wow.
Yeah, it's just, and these kids in Kashmir, Vale Elementary, my gosh, applaud, great job. Yeah.
And it wasn't like Mrs. Smith made me do this. You know, they want to do it. You know, it's not like a homework assignment.
Oh, kids love it. Grades 1 through 4, we're producing these 1,370 letters. But Dan, you think about that, 1,370 letters, happy letters that go out. And if you go to Weed's Coffee Shop in Kashmir, they got a little booth right there. It says, do a happy letter. And people are dropping them in there. And we got a little booth down at Pybus. And we have later on, we'll talk about a bench idea that we've got too.
Well, go ahead and do that now because I want to close out with that.
Okay.
But let's just talk about the music in the garden, and then we'll talk about the
Love it.
the bench. Talk about the big party at Pybus. I'm sorry, at Omi Gardens on Sunday, July 9th. This is to benefit the Omi Gardens area.
Absolutely.
They have to make their ends meet. They don't get a lot of money
You bet.
from the Chelan County Commissioners, and so they're trying to raise money to keep Omi Gardens the jewel that it is. Talk about that.
You bet. Well, Omi Gardens is a gem.
Yeah, it is.
It's
Absolutely.
an absolute gem, and I run into people daily who say they've never been there, and oh my gosh, you guys, take a few minutes to drive up there and see what a beautiful facility is, so well maintained, an absolute gem of our valley, and I've been up there for a variety of events, have enjoyed it every single time. I'll be there. Kindness Council will be there to support this effort, Music in the Garden, on July the 9th, and I would encourage others to be there as well. Great place.
Those folks can sing too.
Oh my gosh.
And they do it because it's fun.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Yeah.
They do it because it's fun. A funny story, we were up at Omi Gardens last year interviewing Bonnie Orr, as a matter of fact. And we were doing the interview, we were breaking down the gear. And a couple comes in, husband, wife, and about a couple of kids, I think maybe 7 years old and maybe 5 years old. Omi Gardens, yeah, they're checking it out. And I thought, out of town, something like that. It was summertime. So I got to talk to him, and I said, so where are you from? They go, Wenatchee. I said, so, and he goes, we've lived here for 25 years, never been to Omi Gardens.
Oh, my
We figured
word.
it was about time. It's amazing how many people, I'm taking that with a certain grain of salt, but
Sure,
there's a lot of people who live in the North Central Washington area, in the Wenatchee Valley, who've never been to Omi Gardens.
Exactly right.
And I go, hello.
I know it. It's such a great place to take visitors who come to town as well. Pybus, of course, the Loop, of course, so many other areas, of course, but Omi Gardens has got to be a must.
Yeah, and it's right there.
It's right there, 5 minutes from downtown.
Absolutely. Speaking of downtown, Pybus Public Market, where communities meet, they've Travis Hornby and his crew have been helping you guys out. Talk about that.
Oh, they've been fantastic. We could not be more grateful for Pybus and the work they're doing down there. And we've got a little booth down there where people fill out a little kindness counts thing and submit it in there in the box, and we pick them up and put it on our website. And our website, of course, our Facebook page is just Kindness Counts NCW. We'd encourage the listeners to go there, and it's just full of beautiful examples of kindness, and we keep populating it all the time, so that's been great. Just got one the other day that was really quite emotional. I was reading it again this morning, picked it up yesterday. It's great. So Pybus has been terrific. One of the things we're thinking about, and this is an idea that Charlene Woodard came up with, which we think is great, is putting some benches around town called Kindness Counts, where the purpose of the bench is to sit down and have a conversation with somebody you don't know. Just say, hey, Dan, how you doing?
See, that's never been a problem with me. I'm not exactly shy. I can strike up a conversation with almost anybody. But once you get past that initial deal, you're fine. It
Exactly.
kind of has a momentum of its own.
Yeah, trying to connect people around kindness and this idea around, Dan, tell me your story. Tell me what you're excited about. It's not about politics or anything else. It's just about getting to know one another.
By the way, folks, if for you people watching this program, you want to go, how do I get involved? It's like anything else. Show up.
Yeah.
Show up. That's all there is to it. And the meetings are still being held at the conference room at the Community Foundation, North Central Washington. You're meeting once a month now during the summertime.
We are, because so many vacation schedules.
Right.
And then our next meeting, we had a meeting yesterday, big turnout. It's a you all come. We're not a 501c. We don't collect any money. There's no bylaws. It's just anybody come on down. And that's July 20th. There's the next meeting, 2 to 3.
Okay. The best decision that they made is, let's not write bylaws, let's not have a constitution, let's not elect a president, a vice president, and a treasurer.
No committee meetings.
No committee meetings, yeah, that kind of deal. Dr. Gene Sherritt from the Kindness Counts NCW. Anything else on you while I got you here? Because I know you're a busy guy. Anything else that we need to know
Can't thank you
about?
enough. You've been a major player.
Anytime.
You always are.
Anytime. You have an open invitation, Gene.
Thank you very much.
Anytime you want to.
All right.
And welcome back to the US of A.
I'm glad to be back.
Yep. You're watching Wake Up Wenatchee Valley. We'll be right back.
Bring the whole family up to Stormy Mountain Brewing and local public house in historic downtown Chelan. Applewood smoked brisket, street-style tacos, and our award-winning barbecue rubs and sauces. Our meals pair perfectly with our exciting lineup of craft ales, made right here in Chelan. We've got room for big groups, or give us a call for catering. So grab the kids and check out the fun at Stormy Mountain Brewing and local public house located in the heart of Chelan.
Hey, hon, would you run this around to the wash rack?
Oh, okay.
Hey, hon, what happened?
They shrunk the truck.
The all-new mid-size Canyon is now available at Sangster Motors.
Hi, everybody. Dan Coos alongside Jesse Coble from Alpine Air. There's ice on my heat pump and under my heat pump.
Well, ice under your heat pump is normal. When we go into a defrost cycle, it melts the frost off, creates water, which freezes to the ground. Ice around your heat pump is a thing that you should probably give us a call about.
Turn to the experts at Carrier and Alpine Air for heat and air. Call Alpine Air. Thanks, Jesse.
Thanks.
Dear Mary Maids, just got home from a trade show and I didn't have time to pick up the house. Kids made chili. Jeff did a mud run. Oh, and Winston shredded Teddy's bed. Again, please clean it the best you can. Oh, except for the statue Max made for me. Thanks, Abby.
Hi, Abby. Clean kitchen, clean bath, clean floor, naughty cat. Poor Teddy. The statue is precious. You should keep it forever. See you next time, Mary Maids.
7:58 now on this Wednesday morning. 66 degrees here in Wenatchee, already up to 73 in Ephrata, and Omak checking in right now at 72 degrees. And we are heating up today, folks, and by the end of the week, it is going to be oppressive heat for most of us around north central Washington as we get into Thursday and Friday. Yeah, the areas you see there in orange and even some reddish, that is where we will see the hottest temperatures, upper 90s to over 100 degrees in many locations. Remember, take frequent breaks in the heat, wear light clothing. Most important thing, drink lots of water, and boy, avoid strenuous activities outdoors, especially during the hottest best part of the day. And usually our afternoon high temperatures are anywhere between 4 and 6 o'clock. So that's really the time of day that you want to avoid. And here's a look at your 7-day forecast now. 96 for our high temperature today. Going to be a mild one overnight tonight at 67, 100. And I think we have an excellent chance of getting there tomorrow here in Wenatchee. 70 our low Thursday night. Friday 98. So we'll touch close to touching 100 on Friday. And then as we get into the upcoming weekend, going to cool down just slightly, but still be above normal as far as seasonal temperatures go. Sunny both Saturday and Sunday, 96 on Saturday, breezy at 93 Sunday, and then windy conditions on Monday and 90 before we cool back to normal on Tuesday with a high of 88. Great to have you along on this Wednesday morning. That'll do it for Wake Up Wenatchee Valley for a Wednesday. I'm Grant Olson in for Dan Kuntz. Thanks for joining us, and don't forget, join Jefferson Robbins and Eric Granstrom tonight for the NCW Life Evening News at 5, 6, and 10. Once again, thanks for being with us, and have a great Wednesday.